Hey guys, it's Darwin. Today I wanted to talk about the 5 life lessons that the Appalachian Trail taught me while I was out there and how it changed my life forever. Okay, so recently I made a video called How the AT Ruined My Life, and it got a ton of response. Mostly positive, but I did get some negative comments. So today I figured I would break down the top 5 things that the AT really taught me and how they completely changed my outlook for the rest of my life. So number 1, the AT taught me how to slow down. You know, coming from a very fast-paced lifestyle, going to work every day, having a career, being married, owning a house, doing that typical 9 to 5 day every day, you get super busy, your life is super rushed. Not only did I have a full-time job, but I also owned a recording studio in Evansville, Indiana. So I was a constantly busy person, rush, 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 go, go, go. So one of the first things that the AT teaches you when you get out onto it is how to completely slow down your life. You know, all of a sudden you're not on a schedule anymore. You kind of forget about time. Sometimes you forget about what day it is because all you're out there to do is just enjoy nature, you're out there to hike, and you're out there to kind of get lost in your own thoughts. So it teaches you really how to slow down and appreciate the little things. I got constant thoughts all the time. I would think of new things. You know, when I was out on the AT, one of the biggest, greatest thoughts that came to me was making this YouTube channel and doing videos. While I was out there, I just got tons of ideas on videos to make and things to share with people and gear to review. So it really helped me develop this, and it helped me slow my brain down to where I wasn't thinking about trivial things you typically think about when you're in typical fast-paced society life. Now that's one thing that, you know, when we get off of the trail like now, that I kind of fall back into. I start getting more into fast-paced society, especially with the YouTube channel, making videos for you guys, working a full-time job, trying to fit in hikes. It's hard to kind of get that dialed back in and slow down. And really it only happens when you're on the trail, which is one of the reasons I'm addicted to hiking. I love slowing down and really zoning my brain in on a more simple lifestyle. So number 2, the Appalachian Trail teaches you to live simply. That's the other big thing that you learn when you get out there. And it's usually within the first week. So typically when someone goes out to do a thru hike, not only are they coming from living a life where they're going to work every day, paying bills, and having a car and a house and all that stuff, but also when they go out to do a thru hike, they tend to take a lot of stuff with them. So you'll see a new hiker or a new person on the trail bring all of these luxury items. And usually within that first week, it teaches you to dial down your stuff because you realize how little you actually need to live and be happy. So before Snuggles and I hit the AT, we sold our house, we got rid of all of our stuff, we sold our business, our recording studio, and we completely simplified our lives. We got rid of about 90% of the things that we owned. The only things that we kept were things that we knew that we would want when we got back off of the AT to get an apartment. So our whole plan was we're gonna go do this thru hike, live more simply, and then obviously we wouldn't wanna come back to a house because we had spent 5 to 6 months living in a tent. We wouldn't need that much space, so our whole plan was let's get an apartment. So we got a mini storage and we put things like a bed, a dresser. To our surprise, when we came off of the trail, we didn't want any of that either. Our first thought was let's continue to travel, let's continue to hike trails. We don't want an apartment, we don't need that. Now, Snuggles and I right now are in an apartment, but all of those things that we kept and put in a mini storage, we got rid of. We got off of the AT in 2015. The first thing that we did was we came back to our hometown, went to that mini storage, and got rid of everything in the mini storage. We kept a few personal things like pictures and those things that, you know, you typically like to hold on to in your life, and we put those in storage in a family member's house, but all of that other stuff, the couch, the TV, the dresser, all of that extra furnishings, we got rid of. So because the AT taught us to live so simply, what we thought was going to be a simple lifestyle wasn't really that simple, and we downsized even more. So the AT definitely teaches you that you don't need a whole lot to live your life and be happy. The third thing that the Appalachian Trail teaches you about is humanity. It really, really restores your faith in humanity. Before Snuggles and I went out to do the trail, I'll be honest, I was a bit of a negative person. Whenever you're constantly paraded with negative news, you're seeing things about shootings and bombings and just people being awful to each other, you kind of put this barrier on yourself and you kind of get scared of the outside world. And you think that there's nothing but terribleness out there and you have to worry and you have to be scared. Whenever you get out on the trail and you start meeting the people and the community that are around the trail, it really restores your faith in people. The thing that really blew me away is how people would just help you out of nowhere. Whenever you were coming out to a road, regardless if you were trying to hitchhike or not, people would just pull over with their car. They'd ask you if you needed a ride. They'd ask you if you needed anything, if you were hungry. It was really, really amazing. Not only people that were just outside of the trail, but people on the trail. I met a lot of really amazing hikers that I now have a lifetime relationship with that really showed me that people can be absolutely amazing and heartfelt. Some of the people that I hiked with just for a month, I feel like I've known them my entire life because of how big of an impact they left on me. And then let's talk about the AT community. It's massive, right? You have Odie at the Hiker Yearbook, an amazing man that devotes all of his time to going out, hiking, capturing pictures of hikers so he can put together a hiker yearbook to give something back so you have these everlasting memories of your hike. An amazing person. Miss Janet, one of the most famous trail angels on the AT, spends all of her time taking care of hikers, shuttling them back and forth, taking them out to eat, picking up their resupply boxes. She's an amazing, amazing woman that devotes all of her time to other people. And then you'll hear me talk about it a lot, but my favorite town on the AT, which is Damascus, Hiker Town, USA, that entire town is devoted to hikers, helping hikers, housing hikers, feeding hikers, having trail days. So there's this amazing community of people out around and on the trail giving back to others for no reason than just to give back to others. So the AT really, really restores your faith in humanity and shows you that people can be absolutely amazing to each other. And all it takes is a little bit of thought and a little bit of kindness. The fourth thing that the Appalachian Trail taught me about was food. Now, being alive for 30 years, I figured I knew a thing or two about food, what good food was, and how food could taste. But man, did the AT teach me how amazing food can actually be. Coming from a super strict food lifestyle, I was a pescatarian, so a vegetarian that eats fish, for 8 years. I raced triathlon. I was super lean, super worried about what I eat, so I was a crazy, picky eater. A bit of a food snob. When I got out on the AT, I was like that for about a week, and then it completely changed. When you're denied of just regular food for days on end, and you come to some sort of like trail magic or a town, you have the most simple of food like an Oreo or a hamburger. Oh my God, is it amazing. One of the only things that most hikers talk about while they're hiking is food. We're constantly thinking about eating food. Why? We're burning tons of calories. We're constantly hungry. So whenever you do get to the most basic, simple food, it is amazing. While doing my hike, I had some gas station food that was probably some of the greatest food I've ever eaten. It was in a town called Monson, Maine. We got in after this huge day. It was right before the 100-mile wilderness. We went to a gas station and got this gas station pizza. It was amazing. Easily the best pizza I've ever had in my life, and I owned and ran a pizza restaurant for 8 years. So it teaches you the most basic, ordinary food can be the most amazing food whenever you're hungry. The other thing that it taught me about with food is to always take food when it's given to you. Whenever you're out there, there's tons of trail magic, and like I said, there's tons of people that are wanting to just give to you. whether it's a snack, invite you into their house, give you a bottle of water. So the AT made me really appreciate when someone offered me something and made me kind of feel rude whenever I denied it. So that first week I was on the trail, I was kind of still a picky eater. So whenever someone offered me some awful food that I wouldn't typically eat, I kind of pushed it away. After that first week, anytime anyone offered me anything, you bet your ass I was eating it. So it's taught me to be respectful and always appreciate something that someone's giving to me. Sometimes people might not even really have it to give to you and they're just willing to do it anyways. So it taught me to always be respectful and always take food that's given to me, especially when you need the calories and you have crazy hiker hunger. Okay, so the fifth thing that the Appalachian Trail taught me about was the power of a relationship. Snuggles and I have been married for 10 years. When we went out to hike the AT, we had been married for 8. We had been through a lot together. We went through schooling all of our lives, went through high school, all that trivial high school stuff, dating back and forth when we were just friends, to being engaged, to buying a house, to getting married, loss of loved ones. We'd been through a lot. At least I thought we had been through a lot. When we went out and hiked the AT, it gave us a completely different experience with each other. If I was having a bad day, I didn't have anyone else to turn to except for Snuggles. You know, typically, even if you're married, in typical everyday life, you have other people around you. You have friends, you have other family, you have coworkers that you can talk to and relate to. The only person I really had was Snuggles. So it made our relationship much stronger. We were cold together, we were hungry together, hot together, we sweat together. We lifted each other up when we were down. We were each other's shoulder to lean on. And I thought we had been that for 8 years, but it wasn't as strong as it was whenever we went out and hiked the AT. So the AT taught me how an amazing and powerful woman Snuggles is. She's always been my best friend, she's my wife, she's my main companion, but hiking with her on the AT kind of shed this whole different light on her, and I realized how strong of a woman that she was. So the AT really strengthened our relationship and let us know that we could do anything together. No matter what it is, whether it's loss, whether it's gain, whether we're poor, whether we're rich, whatever we do, we'll be able to do it together because we know that we can be strong and count on each other whenever we need anything. So the Appalachian Trail definitely strengthened and taught me the power of a relationship. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. What are some of the things that maybe the Appalachian Trail or maybe some other Thru-Hike has taught you? Leave me some comments in the comment section below and let me know some of the life lessons that a trail has taught you that has changed you forever. If you haven't got a chance yet, go over and check me out on Instagram. I've been posting a lot of new photos lately of some of the things that Snuggles and I have going on throughout the week, plus some pictures of some past hikes, so some pictures from the AT, so go check those out if you haven't already. If you found any value in this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and as always guys, thanks for watching.